If you're involved in corporate training in Malaysia, you definitely know the name HRD Corp, and you probably also know that getting a course approved and, more importantly, paid for can sometimes feel, well, like you're trying to solve a puzzle in the dark. Today, we're going to turn on the lights. We're going to map out that entire process and turn it into a simple, clear roadmap so you know exactly who does what and when. Let's dive in.
This is it, right? This is the million-dollar question. If you're a trainer, what are you really on the hook for, besides just showing up and being brilliant? If you're in sales, where does your job end and the admins begin? Getting these roles and the timing right is literally the secret to a smooth process and, let's be real, the key to getting paid without any headaches. So let's clear up that confusion.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll meet the key players. Then we'll walk through the whole approval process, from the sale to getting that official green light. We'll cover the countdown to training day, what happens on the day itself, and of course, how to close the loop with claims. And we'll wrap it all up with the one big idea you need to remember.
All right, let's jump right into part one, meet the key players. You know, before you can play the game, you've got to know who's on the field. This is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about.
So who are the main players in this whole ecosystem? It really boils down to 5 core parties. On the provider side, you have the admin, the salesperson, and the trainer. Then, of course, you have your client, who is the employer. And overseeing the whole process, making sure all the rules are followed, is HRD Corp itself.
You're going to see this acronym TP a lot. It just stands for Training Provider. That's the company or entity organizing the whole shebang. Now, sometimes the admin, the salesperson, and the trainer are all in-house employees. But, and this is really common, the trainer might be a freelancer brought in for the job. Knowing that distinction is super important, especially when we start talking about who's responsible for what.
Okay, now that we know who's who, let's get into the action. Section 2, from sale to green light. This is all about the paperwork, the process, the stuff that happens to take a great idea from a handshake deal to an officially approved training session.
I want you to notice the handoffs here. It's like a relay race. It all starts with the salesperson who closes the deal. Then, bam, they pass the baton to the admin. The admin then gets everything registered in the HRD portal, the course outline, the trainer, all of it. Next, the admin packages up all the documents and hands them over to the client. And for the final leg of this race, it's the client's job to submit that whole package to HRD Corp to get the grant approved. Every step is crucial.
Now, there is one task that is 100% on the client's shoulders, and you cannot overstate how important this is. The client must register the full name and the IC number for every single person attending the training. I mean it. This isn't a suggestion. It is a hard and fast rule. A single typo, one wrong digit, can create massive problems down the line. Accuracy here is everything.
And this number, 75%, this is why that accuracy is so critical. So what does this mean? It means that if your actual attendance on training day is less than 75% of the names that were registered in the portal, the entire claim can be rejected. Just like that. Payment gets frozen, everything stops until the client goes back in and fixes the discrepancy. This one number can completely derail your payment.
So fantastic news, you've got the green light from HRD Corp. Now we move into Section 3, the countdown to training day. This is the prep phase, where all the behind-the-scenes magic happens to get ready for the main event.
And during this phase, you see a really clear split in responsibilities. The trainer, you're in the world of content. You're preparing the presentation slides, the handouts, the notes, all the learning materials. Meanwhile, the admin is in the world of logistics. They take all that brilliant content you've created and handle the copying, printing, and distribution for every single attendee.
And here's a little pro tip that will make you a hero to your admin team. If you're the trainer, you have to get your final, ready-to-go materials to them with plenty of time to spare. A good rule of thumb is at least 1 week before the training date. Trust me, hitting this simple deadline prevents so much last-minute chaos and makes sure everyone is cool, calm, and collected.
The prep is done, the materials are ready, now it's showtime. Section 4, executing the training. This is about more than just delivering an amazing session. It's also about nailing the key administrative tasks that have to happen on the day. So, on the day itself, while you're focused on teaching, there are 3 absolutely crucial admin tasks that need to get done. Number 1, getting that attendance sheet properly signed by everyone. Remember that 75% rule? This sheet is your proof. Number 2 is collecting the feedback forms. And number 3, depending on the arrangement, you might also need to prepare a post-training report.
So a common question is, who actually handles all this on-site paperwork? Well, it usually goes one of 2 ways.
In option 1, the training provider sends their admin, or maybe the salesperson, to be there at the start and end of the day to manage it. In option 2, the TP entrusts the trainer to handle the attendance and feedback forms. Neither one is right or wrong, but the most important thing is that everyone agrees on who is responsible before the training day even starts. Clarity is key. The training was a massive success. High fives all around. But we're not quite at the finish line yet. It's time to close the loop. Section 5 is all about the claims process, or as we like to call it, following the money. And the admin steps right back into the spotlight here. Their job is to pull together all the necessary documents. So what's in that final package? The absolute must-haves are that signed attendance sheet, the official invoice, and something called a joint declaration form from the client. Once that package is complete and double-checked, it's sent off to HRD Corp, and that officially kicks off the payment process. And for all you freelance trainers out there, this is the part you've been waiting for. How does the money actually flow? Well, step 1. HRD Corp reviews everything, approves the claim, and pays the training provider. Step 2. Once the TP receives those funds, they then pay you, the freelance trainer. Now, a huge tip here. Get your payment terms in writing. A 14 or 30-day payment term after the TP gets paid is pretty standard, but you've got to agree on it from the very beginning. So, we've walked through the entire journey, from the first sales call all the way to the money landing in the bank. Let's bring it all home with our final section and the single most important takeaway of this whole process. Know your role and know your value.
If you remember one thing, let it be this. This entire system is a team sport. It's that relay race. The salesperson passes the baton to the admin, who coordinates with the client and the trainer. The trainer then delivers and hands documents back to the admin for the final push. Every single person has specific, critical tasks. If just one person drops the baton, the whole process slows down for everyone.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this simple but powerful idea from our source material. Determine your role and decide the fee that is justified. Inshallah, everyone will be happy. When roles are clear, when value is recognized, and when expectations are set from the start, the whole system just works.
So, I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Now that you've seen the whole process laid out, where is the one friction point in your own workflow? Is it about clarifying roles up front? Is it about setting firm deadlines for materials? Or maybe it's just about having that clear conversation about payment terms. I guarantee that pinpointing and improving just one of those areas can make a world of difference. Thanks for tuning in.